Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and listen to this one podcast, listening style. You won't be seeing my face on this video or much of any changing to the script, but you will hear my words. So just listen to my words. Now, Natalie Dawkins, the teacher from Clarendon that was missing and has been missing for about a week now, it has come to a head. Okay, she was found in a decomposing state in a shallow grave. Nationwide News just broke the news not too long ago, about 20 minutes ago, that the DCP Fitz Bailey says that the body is believed to be Natalie Dawkins and it was found in an advanced state of decomposition. Meanwhile, DCP Bailey says that 3 people remain in custody in connection with this murder, and they are currently searching, looking, investigating, putting the pieces together. Now, at this particular time, I would like to say that I said it in the video before, that when you are missing in Jamaica and you are a female especially, and you've been gone missing for a week, this wasn't a young female who we could say, sure, she probably gone a man yard or gone a boyfriend yard and she soon come back. This was a woman, a professional woman, a teacher of a honorable profession, a teacher. We entrust the minds of our youth to teachers. Teachers should be highly respected. However, given the way how Jamaica has been going for quite some time now, we know that nobody is really respected, especially not because of your profession. See? So where we are at with this right now is just another damn sad story. Another statistic. Another one added to the number, and we are well over 300 murdered already and continuing to count. At this point, I would also like to say that I said it before in the video before, that her family should continue to pray and continue to search and continue to hope for the best, but they should also begin to prepare for the worst. Now, some people were saying, SouFlo, why y'all gonna say that? Why y'all bring down death upon the woman and all that? That is so silly of you to say. Given the circumstances that surround this, and for those of you who do not know, let me fill you in. The backstory to this is that Miss Dawkins was at home when her car alarm kept going off. That in itself was suspicious. So her neighbors went over to tell her that, hey, you can't turn on the car or turn off the car alarm. It keep going off. It keep disturbing everybody. Okay. She went out, and that was the last time she was seen. My thought is that setting the car alarm off constantly was someone either trying to break into her car, or was someone setting the alarm off to draw her out of the house to come out. However, a few days later, her belongings were found on the highway. Highway 2000, the Spanish Town leg of that highway. Her belongings, the contents of her purse or her pocketbook, was found on that highway. Her car was still missing. Another day or day and a half to 2 days later, her car was located based on, according to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, based on information or intel that they got through their investigation. So somebody pointed out and said, yeah man, we see the car, match the license plate, one blue car, it up there so. And they went, and when they went and they saw the car and they started to approach her car, they were met with gunshots. A shootout ensued. One person was dead. We've already covered who that one person, a 20-year-old who is said to have been a menace to society, is dead in that shootout, and whoever he was with had escaped. At this particular time, it is said that there are 3 men who are in custody in connection with her murder. I am only hoping that they put some solid thing together to make sure that whoever is responsible does not walk free on some kind of technicality, and also that whoever is responsible is not able to plead guilty, express some remorse verbally, and then get half their time taken off just because of that. I think that is one of the most stupidest things that has ever happened in Jamaica as far as our sentencing law goes. As a matter of fact, I will have you Jamaican people know, my people know, that the same system we were given, handed down from colonial times, is the same system that governs today in Jamaica. They did not bother to change anything. They did not bother to update anything. You would think after emancipation that they would have come up with a fresh new book of rules and regulations that would suit the people of the land. No, they are still carrying on these antiquated laws that are on the books, and are still implementing even new old antiquated laws or things that do not work in our society. So when some of us say, listen, government can do more, it is not that we're blaming government as in we are not saying if Andrew Holness is not there, or if some government official is not there, then people won't pull trigger, or how are they going to stop some man from pulling a trigger. That's not the case. We're talking about amending sentencing laws, making sentencing be a deterrent, so that when someone is caught and it is justified that this is the person that did it, that they are punished in a way that the next person who even thinks of doing something like that shits themselves. But right now we don't have those kind of punishments going on. It seems like only dancehall artists get whole heap of time behind bars, because the rest of the people them end up with 30, then it gets slashed down to 15, and they're out in 10 on good behavior for some gruesome crimes, man. This is one of the main reasons why I say there is an agenda to destabilize that island of Jamaica. There is an agenda to destabilize Jamaica, and it is not coming from just only those people. There are outside interferences that are going on. I won't go into that much further. No way have we gotten this low in our morals, and our moral compass has shifted so drastically in another direction. We have gone in the opposite direction of Irie. Remember one time people used to see us Jamaicans overseas? Irie, man. We're no longer Irie. We have gone in the opposite direction of one love. We play Bob Marley's music. The tourist board uses it to draw tourist attention to Jamaica. One love. Where is the one love? Because we sure as hell are not living this one love thing that we speak about. And for sure, our moral compass it's not shifted, it broke. It has broken. My wife this morning said to me, she sent me another story of another Jamaican woman that was murdered overnight. And I said to her, babe, you are going to be extinct soon. Because it seems like the Jamaican woman is going into extinction. That is what it seems like. At the alarming rate which they are being murdered, it seems as if they are going into extinction. Now, at this particular time, I would like to say my condolences to her family. I know that most of you who are saying, oh God, we can't take this no more. Jesus, we need you now. Some people say we need to pray a little harder. Other people are saying all kinds of other things. Enough of are hypocrites, because when we have these discussions and we come up with viable solutions, I ask you all in the thousands to tag a certain person. Not one of you tag that person in it so they can see. So this culture of worshiping your politicians who were elected to lead and elected to rule and govern, and worshiping them instead and not holding them accountable for where they fall short, is one of the biggest travesties that are going on right now. Politician turned celebrity, and the people worship them like how they worship an artist that's famous. You understand? That's a big part of the problem as well. Blame dancehall music all you want to. Dancehall music is not doing this. Okay? Dancehall music is not doing this. And another thing that my wife said to me today, she said, hey, you know that at the point we reach now, right? You see what it looked like. I said, well, this is what it is. This is where we are at as a people. This is us. We have to own this. We Jamaican people have to own this. This is where we're at. Look at us. Look at what we have become. Our leaders, our forefathers, we stand on the shoulders of giants. The world pay us attention because of people who paved the way for us to be paid attention on the global scale. For those of us who have traveled to many other countries around the world, you know that Jamaica and Jamaicans stand out. I don't have to ask you, I've lived it. But look at what we have added to the great legacy that people like Bob Marley and people like Marcus Mosiah Garvey have given to us to build on. We are not only tearing down what they built, we are also making it impossible for us to get to a brighter future. We want to live in a Jamaica where our women can live alone, don't have to have a man in the house to protect them. And we want to live in a Jamaica where our girls can walk the streets and be fine going to school, going from school, going wherever her business is, and not be snatched up off the road and gone missing. We want to live in a place where our women are top priority to be protected. Without the woman them, what are we going to do? Because man and man thing now go work around here. We just can't reproduce that way there. But it seems like some people, that is their plan. If you left bare man on the island, bare angry man on the island, who are quick to kill each other. So after them done kill out the woman them and the little girl them, where do we go from there? It's looking really friggin' sad right now. I remember a time gone by when a profession as a teacher, it was yes miss, no miss, and the community respected her and they protected her. You understand? Because they understand the importance of a good teacher. Someone that is punctual, someone that is really into the children, someone that you trust the mind of your child to be molded into somebody good, somebody more educated, somebody who can go out there and capitalize on opportunities and become a good citizen. We trust our children to these people. And then we turn around and treat these people like that. You know, I think it's a trend because majority of the people that are getting killed in Jamaica, look at it, majority of the people that are getting killed are progressive, productive people. What does that tell you? Is this the effects of brain draining? Is that what it is? Who can afford to run will run. Well, in this case, who can afford to run has already ran. And a lot of them are planning to run who haven't ran yet. Who run already ain't coming back. And some, they are afraid even when they come back to visit. So they limit their visits. That is the outlook right now from outside looking in. I have people saying to me, SouFlo, we booked 2 times for go Jamaica in the last year, you know. And we change it and go somewhere else as a family because me just afraid. Me just afraid. My area that I come from, it was peaceful when I was growing up. Now it is one of the places that carry the most murders in the country. How am I supposed to bring my children here and introduce them to this? What if we are attacked while we are there? People come to me for advice. How should I act when I get there? How should I dress when I get there? How should I walk around when I get there? Do I stay locked up in a car and lock up behind grill and burglar bars in a house? Do I check into an all-inclusive hotel? That way I'm safe with 24-hour security. Can I still roam the island and be free? Boy, it just look away. It's bad. It's bad. So the end result for that is she lost her life. Now, I know a lot of you want to know the details. Was she shot? Was she stabbed? How did she die? Was she strangled? Was she raped? She was found in a shallow grave. That has been confirmed. But how did she get there? Was this a case of her being tricked by somebody she was messing with, dealing with on probably a sexual level or on some kind of relationship level? Or was she kidnapped and taken away? Was she lured to where her location? All that information is stuff I am asking as well. However, this is all after the fact. End of the day, we lost another great citizen because this is a teacher of many years. So she had dedicated her life to uplifting our youths, to sharpening the minds of our future. Yo, I want to cuss bad over there, man. Because me just sad to see how the place I go. I'm going to leave this video right here, okay? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And while you are at it, leave some suggested solutions, some realistic suggested solutions, so we can tag who needs to be tagged in this, so they can pay attention and know that we and the rest of the world are watching. Fix up Jamaica. Fix up. This is not only a government thing, and I'm not blaming this on government alone. The masses of the people have lost their friggin' minds, okay? Because who is not complicit and complacent about it, don't care about it until it hits their own doorsteps. So the whole of we in this. I'm out. Peace.